Hannah here. Are you ready for your upper body blast? We're going to go ahead and get started. All you need is a band. Of course, if you don't have a band, then you absolutely don't need to use one. You can do this without. You'll see that I have some little wrist weights on my wrists. Again, you can go without, or you can use little dumbbells in your hands. So, I'm going to start in a kneeling position. If this kneeling position feels uncomfortable for you, you can either do this standing, or you can absolutely pop a pillow underneath those knees. So, I'm going to sit down onto my bum. I'm going to hinge forward from my waist. So I'm nice and flat from my tailbone to the crown of my head. So no rounding for me. From here, my arms are going to be down by my sides for me. Palms are facing back. I plow the arms back and I bring them just to hip height. So we plow back and just to hip height. Good. So our gaze is just in front of us, which means that we're not tucking our chin or looking up to that sky for me. Good. We have another 10. Really think about creating that resistance in those triceps. 9 and 8 and 7. Good. 6, 5, 4. Nice flat back. 3 and 2. Last one, keep our arms up here. Pulse those arms back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we keep our arms lifted? Can we bend just that right elbow? And can we switch those arms as we switch and switch and switch? So making sure here that we're not having any rotation of the hips or the torso. It's just those arms bending and extending. Again, really think about adding that extra resistance. Imagine that there's a big wave behind you that you're pressing back against. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend both arms. And we're going to do tiny little flutters back and forth for 10 and 9 and 8. Now there might be some movement in that body, but we're trying really hard to mitigate that moving. And relax. Relax our shoulders back and down. Now, if we're using that band, now's the time to go ahead and pop that just around our wrists. I'm going to come up to that tall kneeling position, but you absolutely can stay down onto that seated position, or again do this standing. From here, my palms are facing towards me, my elbows are lifted in line with my shoulders, and I'm going to open up so we have that tension on the band. Squeezing the glutes slightly so our hips are forward, we're extending and we're bending. So we're keeping that resistance on the band at all times, making sure we're not rounding forward into those shoulders. We're plugging our shoulders into our back. Good. We have another 10 and 9. Not letting our elbows drop. 8 and 7. Belly button lightly into the spine. 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one, can we keep our elbows bent? Can we pulse our thumbs out to the sides of the room for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we stay here but have our palms facing each other? Elbows still high. We're rotating just from our waist and back through center. Again, keeping that initial tension on that band. We have 6. Hips stay forward. 5. Keep that band open. 4. We should feel this on our arms and our shoulders. 3 and 2. Last one, stay rotated. Lift the arms an inch, lower an inch. Lift an inch and lower. And we have 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And back through center to that second side. We lift an inch and lower. Now making sure that that band isn't pulling our arms together, keeping that resistance apart. Hips stay forward, just 3 more, and 2, and 1, and back through center. Relax down. Let's take the band off of our wrists. Now, let's come into that side plank position. So our elbow is directly underneath of our shoulders. we're coming into almost like that half side plank forming. We're holding that band into our floored arm forming. And then I'm going to get you to go ahead and I'm going to get you to hold on just the top of the other part of the band. We're taking a nice deep breath in, lifting up into a side plank as we roll that elbow up to the ceiling and control down. Now, if it works better to place that palm down just like so, feel free to. We have 8 and 7, perfect, and 6, almost there, and 5, keeping our head on straight, and 4, and 3, and 2, and last one, we hold like we're pulling a bow and arrow for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. Good. Now, facing towards that second side, I'm going to bring that band behind my back for me. So it's just around my wrists again. I'm going to come onto that, almost that tricep dip position. So my fingertips are facing towards my bum and my arms are in parallel. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bend the elbows for me and extend. So we're going to tricep dip here. Now, whilst we're doing this, can we really make sure that that chest stays proud? So we're not thinking about letting that chest cave. Good. We're trying to aim those elbows back to the wall behind us. We have 4, 3 slightly tucked in our pelvis, 2, and 1, and come all the way up. Let's remove that. I'm going to have my back to you just for a couple of seconds there. So we're going to repeat that side plank onto that second side. So from here, left elbow onto the floor, left hand holding onto that band. Lift the hip and roll the elbow up and control back down. And again, as we roll up and control down. Good. Trying to lift that waist up off the floor, using the arms like a bow and arrow. Good. And we have 3 and 2. Keep that head on straight. And 1. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower everything down. Let's go ahead and transition, as always, with control onto your back. Again, my band is going to find its way around those wrists. So if you're wearing wrist weights like I am, they're just looped around the wrists. We're going to extend our fingertips up towards the ceiling, keep that initial tension on that band, and draw those shoulders down. Let's bring our right leg up into tabletop, our left leg up into tabletop, and let's just close any gap that there is underneath of that back for me. I'm going to extend both legs up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to lower my left leg down to the floor like a scissor. Let's go ahead as we scissor switch, and we bend at the elbows like a little skull crush for me. Good. Now notice how everything else in that arm stays the same. It's just hinging at that elbow. We have 6 and 5. Can our back stay into the floor? 3. Can we keep that tension on that band? 2 and 1, and legs draw together and bend. Let's bring those feet to the floor and separate those feet about hip distance apart. I'm going to hold on with my hand to that band for me. Fists are facing up to the ceiling, palms are facing to the wall in front of me. Let's bridge up for me and stay bridged up. Keep punching our left fist up to the ceiling as we roll just that right elbow down. And we have 10, squeeze the glutes, 9, just let's stick on that one side, and 8 more for me, and 7, yes, and 6, and 5, keep the shoulders out of the ears, 4, belly button into the spine, 3, and 2, almost there, and 1, keep our right fist up towards that ceiling. Keep that tension on that band as we roll our left elbow down and control it up. As we bend and roll and lift, we have 8, squeeze the glutes. 7, press firmly down into the feet. 6, let's keep our ribs tucked, and 5, shoulders up to the ears, and 4, keeping that right arm strong. 3 more, we're making sure our fists stay stacked over our forearms. 2 more, and 1 more, release, and lower all the way down for me. Reaching those legs and extending, reaching our arms overhead, and inhale as our arms come up, exhale. Belly button into the spine as we reach over, rolling all the way up, rolling those shoulders back, and those famous words, you my darlings are all done, have a gorgeous day.